UW not knowing what they want to major in, or they have one idea, but then when things don't go that right way, they realize that they don't have a backup plan. And there's a lot of opportunities here at UW, but because there's so many, it can get really confusing to navigate what our options are.
I would say that our target audience for this website would be just any student in general who doesn't really understand or know what their future major is going to be, or the people who they have an idea but they're not sure if they really want to pursue that career path.
Well, when we first started thinking and brainstorming about the project, we wanted to identify an issue which we felt was something that a lot of students could also relate to and were also undergoing.
But like there's a lot of major that are like on this campus, and a lot of people do not even know about like half of it.
Essentially, it's just really hard to find a major, especially one that you can get into with the competitive nature here at UW in some fields. And even when you are able to find a major, the chances of getting in aren't super high, and so more likely than not, you want to have a backup plan. Hi, my name is Angie and I'm part of the HuskyTechasaurus team.
My name is Justin. I'm the designer for Team HuskyTechasaurus.
My name is Tang. I am part of the HuskyTechasaurus team.
My name is Starling Ngo and I'm part of HuskyTechasaurus.
So when we started, our goal was to create a website that would help students find their major by providing a major quiz. But as we worked on the project, we realized there were more underlying issues that kind of amounted to the overall problem. And so we wanted to address all of them within our website by having the major quiz and also having the resource database and also having the major pages, so that it provides students with information but also with resources that students need and sometimes can't really access that well.
Since UW's a very diverse place and we have all age ranges and there's like freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, I want to represent the target audience of who would want to use our website and who would need our website. And so I want to create a diverse place because UW isn't just, Caucasians, just Asians. We're really diverse. There's all sorts of races, genders, and age ranges.
So as of today, we have had over 211 student responses to the survey, who mainly are all students that are already at the UW, have graduated from the UW, or there were one or two incoming students. So the information that we received was not surprising, unfortunately. It kind of fell in with our main concerns, and it was unfortunate to see that so many students failed similarly with being able to find a major, being unable to find backup majors, not knowing what majors or resources were available. And so that really helped us guide our website to addressing all these concerns. And so with our MyMajor website, we wanted to address this issue and make the major discovery process just more efficient and simpler for students, and also provide them with the resources that they would need to undergo this journey of either finding a major, finding a backup major, or even identifying future careers that they want to pursue through their majors.
My role in this project is that I'm a software engineer. For the software engineer that I do both front-end and back-end. In terms of front-end, I develop the appearance of the website, how it looks, how it feels, and how people can interact with it, just like how the designer designed it to be.
So as the designer, I'm in charge of the branding first and foremost. It's my job to figure out what our visual style and tone looks like, how our site, which is our end product, feels, and the look and feel of when our users go find that site, how do they feel and how do they know to do what we want them to do. So that's, as the creative designer and director, that is my job. So my main goals in projects was really to give this as a professional feel as possible, because we are something that really invokes the feeling of university. I wanted our target audience, which are students, to be able to go to this site and really be able to trust it. If they come to this site and think that this isn't very professional looking, it doesn't look like the people there know what they're doing, they're not going to be able to trust its data. And if they can't trust its data, then their site has no function. So I wanted to make this look as clean and because also our site has a huge focus on visual style as well. So I feel like we needed to achieve that, we needed to make it simple, yet not crude. So we wanted to make it professional yet simple was what I came in going for our visual branding and style.
So first of all, I started with the thought of between the hand coding, which is like HTML, CSS, those kind of stuff, or the web builders such as Wix or WordPress. But then since we would like the website to be unique from other people, and we would like to have functionalities that may not be included in other web builders that we have on the market, so I decided to go with the hand coding, which in that case I chose the Merge stack, which contains MongoDB, Express, React, and Node JavaScript.
As a designer, it's my job to be able to make something that is visual and functional. But also, I have limited knowledge of what goes on behind in a more technical side. So it's also my job to be able to make it so that these things that I've made are possible to be achieved on technical side. It's no use if my vision is so outlandish or so crazy that it can't be made.
So the tools I use, such that I mentioned before, is the Merge stack, which is purely in JavaScript. That's the sole language that I'm using to write this entire website. This language enabled me to write the entire website in one language without having to learn other languages that could be contradicting, while giving the performance that I need on this website on all the functionalities. And also it gives the ability to scale this project in the future. For example, right now, we don't even know what data we would like to collect from the user or what data we would like to represent on the page. We only know part of it. And JavaScript offers that ability, so you can represent this part as for now, and then in the future you can just input more columns or data in the future without interfering with all the structures that you have already constructed.
So, as the project manager, there were a few main concerns which I had observed, one of which being communication and accountability. And so, with different schedules to work around, some people working, some people still attending school full-time, we really had to be able to communicate openly to work around those schedule differences.
Since I'm the technical person on this team, and I have to present to everyone in the team about what is going on, what is changing, what is new in our project, and what help or what resources do I need to pursue this project and finish it. So for that part, I have to be able to explain in the words of how do I be able to communicate rather than technical jargons.
But at the end of the day, we all stepped up and held ourselves accountable and worked to communicate openly with each other, which really helped the team to succeed. So as the project manager for the HuskyTechasaurus team, I have learned so much in the last month or two.
I feel as a team, we made a lot of progress. I'm really proud of where we come. At some point in the design process, in the beginning, everything starts looking, it starts to look impossible. You don't really know what it's going to look like when you only have wireframes, when you only have the barest minimum of what it might look like. You can't really see the vision until it's there.
So as for the engineer of the team, I have actually learned a lot. For the starter, I know that I cannot work by myself.
I have learned from my team members to communicate better, hold myself accountable, and also better organization skills. From the software engineers, I've learned more about GitHub and programming.
And then as a designer, you start to make it real, and you be able to make something this is what it could look like. And your developer starts to show you what it is, and when it's and then you start to see it is what you want it to look like, and it starts to become real.
And from individuals, I've learned communication in the sense that everyone needs and interacts differently, and so that's helped me become a more flexible communicator.
And then at some point as a designer, you kind of hand off your work and you just watch it come to life. And I feel that is something that was I found really interesting and good to see.
Our target users are primarily University of Washington students who need more information on majors. UW's current system has some uses, but it isn't consistent, and many different departments have different and confusing page layouts. MyMajor is useful because it is a consistent, easy place to learn about majors, essentially everything a confused student needs to know in one place.
Jin Wang represents the type of student that we would like to help the most. He does not have any idea of what kind of major he wants, but he is concerned about his future. He has interests, of course, but he doesn't know how to translate his interests into majors at UW. MyMajor intends to help him narrow his focus and find some possibilities depending on his interests.
Annie Fisher represents another user that would benefit from MyMajor. She does have a general interest in some different majors, but wants to see which one is best for her. She needs an easy, simple way to weigh the pros and cons of different majors and compare them.
MyMajor is a site dedicated to helping University of Washington students find their majors. On the homepage, we have numerous ways to access the various services, primarily the major quiz and the major resources page. In the future, we would like to incorporate a comprehensive feedback system so students can tell us what they need and we can respond by improving our site to their suggestions.
The major quiz is a simple way for students who are unsure what their exact major is. We have several quizzes available for those who have an idea of their focus but wants to narrow that focus into very specific majors, for example, engineering or the arts. For those who genuinely have no particular knowledge of what they may major in, the "I'm not sure" option serves as a general quiz to help narrow a student's focus.
The quiz is designed to be easy to do and not take too long. It's clear on what to click on and pleasant to look at, which makes it a fun, simple process that any student can spend a few minutes on to find out more about their interests.
The class resources page is a general database for useful resources outside our own website for students. Set into 6 different categories, this page simply serves as a place where if a student is looking for more information outside of finding their major, they can go here to do so.
The Majors List page serves as a comprehensive list of all majors at the UW, separated into their broader categories. An easy filter system can narrow down the many majors and focus the user's attention. By clicking on a category, their various specific majors are shown.
Each major has a specific page dedicated to them. These pages contain useful information for the major that a student can use to inform their decisions about the major. Knowing information such as faculty size, similar majors, or potential career paths are all useful for helping a student to decide whether this major is right for them. In the future, such pages would expand as we take in more user feedback of what other information students are looking for.
Overall, MyMajor is a service that students at UW are sorely missing. We need a place where the many concerned and confused students can go to help make their decisions. A major is one of the most important components of a university, so you want to make sure that every student at UW finds the one that's perfect for them.